Hi, I'm YaYa, and I want to welcome you back to the Beginner's Playlist, the best easy watercolor tutorials out there on YouTube. Today we're going to learn the easy secrets to controlling hard and soft edges in watercolor without overthinking or needing advanced skills. This beginner-friendly guide will show you when to keep your edge crisp and when to let it melt, and how both can make your paintings come alive. So what do we mean when we talk about hard edges and soft edges? A hard edge is when the paint stops sharply, crisp and clean, and like a cutout, this happens when wet paint means dry paper. So right here, nice clean edge, that's a hard edge. So a soft edge is when the paint gently fades or blends, like watercolor's version of a cozy blanket. This happens when wet paint meets damp paper or when two wet areas mingle. So this is an example. I wetted the paper first and dropped in paint. And as you know, no crisp edge except on the outline where the watermark shows. And then over here, I just did a hard edge and took water and blended it into a soft edge. So you can do both. You can do hard, soft, and a combination of both. So in plain English, a hard edge is sharp, stop. Soft edge is gentle blur. And a mix is a mix. So these are some fall leaves that I did. The top is the original version. And I thought, well, I like it, but let's try doing those branches with a little bit more of a soft edge. So in general, I tried to recreate it. So the branches do have more of a soft edge. However, here the leaves have more of a soft edge, and here the leaves have more of a hard edge. So they're kind of reversed. So just two different techniques, whatever looks good for the thing. I'd probably go back to these branches if I were to do it again, but use this style of the leaves where they're a little bit more soft edges. That was just me playing and exploring. So I encourage you to do the same thing. Maybe take a picture that you've already done with either hard or soft and go back and try and do it the opposite way, just for practice. And then finally, here's just a bunch of you know how I was practicing left-handed saying it's good for your brain, and it is good for your brain. So there's a few here, and this is, I just want to show this mostly, this is extreme soft edges. I just did wet on wet into the background approximately where I thought things would go, and then used my liner pen to draw it in. And I actually kind of liked it, the way it came out. These are more crisp edges. Even as you can see, it was wet on dry. So they're there, but there's no bleeding of the edges. So again, hard edges, soft edges. This is a combination of both. And this is hard edges again. It doesn't mean that it goes outside the lines. It just means that the line here is very defined. So again, I would encourage you when you're just playing with things like edges and you just want to practice them, pick up that old paintbrush in your non-dominant hand and play away and see what you can come up with. So let's go through today's best easy videos. There's only 3 of them because there's not a lot to tell. I kind of told you a lot of it, but it explains more. And some of these, when you'd want to use a hard edge and when you'd want to use a soft edge and why you'd want to use them there. So the first one, as you can see, they're all hard edges and beginning edges. None of them are really long. I'd encourage you to watch all 3 because you'll learn something from each one of them. And that's it. You've officially unlocked the secret handshake of watercolor edges. The best part, you don't need to master all these techniques I show you at once. So just start noticing your edges and playing with them on purpose. Pretty soon, you'll be sprinkling in hard edges for drama and soft edges for mood, and mixing them like a watercolor DJ. So grab your brushes and practice a little each day, and let your paintings do the talking. No awkward small talk required. And as always, let's close with YaYa's Irish blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May your hard edges be crisp and your soft edges be dreamy. And may you find peace and joy in the beauty that you create. Until next time, bye.